The movie you're making me watch today is Harold and Maude, 1971, directed by Jake Golden.
That's not true.
Directed by Hal Ashby. This is Jake's movie. Jake, one word for Harold and Maude.
Eccentric.
Shorty?
Morbid.
I wrote irreverent. Irreverent. I also wrote statutory rapey.
I'm pretty sure he was old enough.
Yeah,
I think he was 18.
I think he was like college age.
Yeah, he's like a 21-year-old guy.
Yeah, he was no longer in school.
Okay, but she was 100.
She was
79.
Yeah, 79. It's fine. If they're over 18, it's fine.
She was actually 74 in real life.
And he was actually 22 or 23 in real life, so factor that all in.
Why'd you write YOLO?
That's what this movie was about, dude.
I gotta take this background.
My notes are so like random words and shit, just to remind. A lot of it doesn't make sense, but some of it does. Like YOLO. What this movie taught us. You only live once.
Hold on, I'm getting rid of
and that's what that's what I loved about this movie. I fucking love this movie, guys.
I was pleasantly surprised by this movie.
Yeah, this movie was what I wanted Cool Hand Luke to be after hearing so much about it over the years. It lived up to the hype for sure.
Okay.
There was hype?
Oh yeah, I've heard a lot about this movie.
I've never heard of this movie.
I've heard a lot about this movie.
Yeah, like I love the characters. I love the message. Like,
what was the message? YOLO?
The message was basically YOLO. Like, you got to be yourself. You got to do you. Don't give a fuck, you know?
I mean, Harold was doing
Here today, gone tomorrow. Things like that.
Here today, gone tomorrow. She said that.
Yeah.
Here today, gone tomorrow. Don't get attached. She said she was telling him that she was going to kill herself.
She was.
From the get-go.
She was, in so few words, but she definitely...
Spoiler alert.
She definitely said it.
Oh, Ruth Borden kills herself at the end of this movie.
Which is,
Ruth Gordon.
Of course, the interesting twist, considering
typo
that Harold was killing himself constantly in the movie, which was part of the fun of
never
that movie.
Put that together. I never...
Really?
No, that's really funny that I watched it twice and I never really put like his suicides and her suicide. Yeah.
Kind of
great.
ironic if that's what irony
great.
is. I'm not really sure. Alanis Morissette kind of ruined that word for me, at least
Isn't
for the meeting. Isn't it? But yeah, like the whole thing with him doing that throughout the movie would like add it to the humor of the movie, which I really liked about the movie as well. It was a very funny movie.
The way it started was epic. That was amazing.
Oh yeah.
It was because I had nothing. I had no reference for this movie. I have no idea what it's about, and you're kind of watching it as it's going, and then like, this fucking kid's about to hang himself, and then she walks in, and she's completely unfazed by it, just that whole situation.
Yeah, at first I thought he was a ghost or something.
Yeah,
I think yeah. I mean, I think it's possible that she was a ghost. Did I write that down somewhere?
The mom?
No.
but it was certainly unexpected. Then when there was no reaction, it was definitely like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
it was great. It really set the tone for the movie for sure.
I like that this movie was a dark comedy that dealt with things that...
I wrote that. Is Harold dead? I wrote that in here. Is he dead this whole time? I don't know.
He could be.
Could be.
I liked how dark it was and how it didn't really let up at all either. It kept getting darker and darker.
Yeah. And she was great. It seemed like she just wanted to fuck, really.
They did fuck.
Yeah.
They did fuck.
She just wanted to party.
Which
was all about having a good time.
When it happened, I was like, all right.
79 years old. How old is too old?
She was going out on her last week of life. She was getting down, dude.
How old is too old, Schwartz? Would you fuck a 79-year-old?
I've never been physically attracted to a 79-year-old before, but I mean, who knows?
Yeah, you've never seen his dick.
Never say never. The right butthole gets me going.
Oh boy.
All right.
So 79's not too old for you, Schwartzy.
You never know. You can never say never, I think. That's something this movie would almost teach us. Like, you don't know. You gotta keep your heart open.
So keep going, Jake. Explain to us your notes.
My notes. All right.
Let's
see. Did you guys? I don't know. I got this reminder of Marla Singer, also for like Fight Club. Just like early on in the vibes of like of him seeing her at the funerals, like when he was like constantly frequenting the funerals, and he would just see her there, and they would just kind of start noticing each other. And
I took the parallels between this movie, Wedding Crashers, and Fight Club to be. I feel like Wedding Crashers and Fight Club.
Wedding Crashers.
They both stole from this movie, and just people that go to things that they shouldn't be going to for the wrong reasons and doing things.
Well, that's I thought the same thing about Fight Club. Fight Club and have you ever seen The End of the Fucking World or The End of the Fucking World on Netflix?
Yeah.
I thought that was very, very much the same kind of feeling.
Yeah, I could see that connection for sure. And have you guys seen? You've probably seen The Graduate.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen The Graduate, Anthony?
I don't know if I've seen The Graduate.
It's an old Dustin Hoffman movie.
I know of The Graduate.
I feel like this was like sort of Graduate, but like extenuated a bit, like someone who was just out of college or maybe would have been in college and like hooking up with an old lady, except this old lady was much older.
This was just a little darker. This was just a little darker.
For sure. And they both had dope music too. So
the music was dope. I mean, I was also thinking Kubrick-y. It's very Kubrick in the framing that they use, the wide shots, and some of the music that they use. They had a lot of kind of classical music, especially in the beginning. But the framing, I thought, these super wide shots or super zoomed in shots, and then they would come out to wide, like when they're sitting in the cemetery, I think. Yeah. It was like a nice tight shot on them that pulls out way, way wide of the cemetery.
Yeah. The director,
when they were stealing the cars, I thought every time she stole a car, I was laughing my ass off.
Those were funny. Even especially when she stole
his car,
and she didn't realize it was his car till after he just got in willingly, like not even caring, and then they went off going nuts on the side of the road.
The way she was doing the cars was funny, but that whole scene with the cop was just a little much. I was like, wait, when they steal the cop's bike and then like they drive, I was just like, all right, this is a little much.
Definitely a little much.
Believability just left the room in this one.
Oh, they were freeing a tree.
Yeah, with that one scene, I agree with you on that.
Seems like something you would do, Jake.
but I liked what they were doing, of course. Freeing the tree. Of course, I like that.
She's just like, this tree's gotta go to the forest. Stupid.
And they fucking get the tree in the forest, and they do a little dance in the forest, and it's great. Fucking Maude is great. I love that character.
After seeing this movie, I want to see more of this director's movies. I've never seen any other shit, but I've heard of a couple of them, and I've always wanted to see them.
Yeah, what else has he done? What else has Ashby done?
He did that movie with Warren Beatty, Shampoo, which I've always heard was pretty great.
Okay.
In the Heat of the Night?
So he just fucks.
Heard of that. All right, yeah, maybe I'll check out some of his other work. Yeah, this was definitely good. Did he write it too, or is different writer?
I don't know.
No, different writers.
Got the old IMDb up.
Writers Colin Higgins.
Wrote 9 to 5. That was that Dolly Parton movie, right?
Yep. Good
love Dolly Parton.
I love Dolly Parton.
Dolly.
Who doesn't love Dolly Parton?
Yeah, working 9 to 5, great song.
Harold E. Maude, 2001.
Okay, that could be. Is that like an?
It's a reimagining.
Definitely.
It's like a reimagining or like a
Yugoslavian version.
It's a
Yugoslavian. It's the Yugoslavian Harold and Maude. That's cool.
Directed by Slobodan Radovic.
Todd's bro.
Yes, Todd Romanovich.
He hanged out with the big cat.
Yugoslavian.
Okay. Shout out to the big cat hanging out with the Yugoslavs.
Oh yeah.
Big cat. Follow Big Cat Bodacious Drew.
Yeah.
At Bodacious Drew on Instagram. Oh yeah. What didn't you like about this movie?
You hate the cop scene. Tell me more.
I thought this movie was awesome. I thought that after hearing I watched Sunset Boulevard this year. I watched this movie this year. I finally watched Citizen Kane all the way through this year, and I feel like these movies kind of stand in that. And unfortunately, Cool Hand Luke we watched this year, which was to do, and I thought this lived up to all the hype. It was a really, really funny story, a story I didn't expect it to be. Like when we watched this, I thought we were watching Kramer versus Kramer. I put this and Kramer versus Kramer in the same, thought they were the same movie, and they're not. They're totally different.
Why did you think they were the same movie?
I think it was the name thing, the Harold and Maude, Kramer versus Kramer, because I saw that movie like a long time ago, and I was thinking about one day watching it, and then he said Harold and Maude, and for some reason I just thought it was that. But anyway, I loved the cinematography. I thought Harold was great. Maude was awesome, of course. She was the best, but I thought the kid who played Harold was just fucking weird. He almost reminded me of like Steve Buscemi in a way. He just had a look of him like he looked dead.
He looked dead.
Yeah. The fucking movie. Like,
and the way he would like stare at his mom every time he talked to her, he was just like super, super weird. Yeah. Super weird. And I loved every time he killed himself. I think when he lit himself on fire was probably my favorite.
When the girl comes over, the girl that sees it out the window, and all of a sudden he comes in. That was probably my favorite scene because I was just like, oh, all right.
And he looks at the camera, and just smiles. Like that was ad-libbed by him. I read on like trivia or something.
You know who he kind of reminds me of? Anton Yelchin.
I can see that.
Yeah, interesting.
I think if they were to remake Harold and Maude, they should reanimate Anton Yelchin and have him star in it.
1979 divorce epic, Kramer versus Kramer. How did you get these mixed up with Dustin Hoffman, Meryl Streep?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen that. It's won a bunch of Oscars.
Yeah, but Dustin Hoffman won an Oscar for it.
Dustin Hoffman and Meryl Streep are in it. It won Best Picture. It's probably worth seeing. I've still not seen Kramer versus Kramer. Have you seen Kramer versus Kramer?
I just don't know how you mix that up with Harold and Maude, who has nobody in it.
It's the name.
Got Vivian fucking Pickles in it.
Vivian Pickles, my B.
Is that Harold's mom?
Yeah. And she reminded me of a Kubrick character, the way she talked.
Amazing. Yeah. She was just like this character that he had no business being a part of her life. Like they were just so opposite that it just didn't work.
She seemed cool at first when she walked in, but then she freaks out. And apparently they have like eHarmony in 1971 internet dating services.
Dude, his modified
it takes out all the ugly and fat people, so we don't have to work.
His car was amazing. The hearse that was modified, that was pretty good.
That was pretty great. The Jaguar hearse.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, the scene where it drives off the cliff in the end, and it happens so fast, like all of a sudden it's just like this car, and it just falls really fast and it explodes. I was like, is he fucking dead? It's like, is that it? And then he's just like, I was like, all right.
Now he's just living, dude.
Harold and Maude.
Just living.
Yeah, now that he's dead, he can live, dude. YOLO.
Maude taught him the importance of living when he just wanted to die. He had his chance. Now he's just like, nah, dude, I'm good now. I'm just gonna play my banjo.
But he may have been dead this whole time.
He could have been. I don't think this is the Sixth Sense. I've never even considered that.
This is the prequel to the Sixth Sense.
I guess maybe.
It's not the Sixth Sense, dude. Not everyone's not dead. Just Harold's dead, and he met this fucking. Well, I guess she is also kind of
dead old lady.
She sees dead people, I guess.
It's old lady.
And she's about to kill herself. People that are about to kill themselves can communicate with the dead.
This old lady just wanted some young dick, and she went with this guy because he's weird.
That's true. This old lady did just want that young dick
before she died.
Why do you think she
got it?
Age to 80 to do it? Did they ever say that?
I think it's something along the lines of like. Being too old and you stop enjoying life.
She explained it in the beginning. She's 80 was a perfect at the first funeral that they met at.
I mean, she looked like she was having fun. She could have probably lasted till 90. Fucking Harold all day.
I guess she'd get that cardio in.
Imagine she got pregnant, had a baby, and then died.
What? There's no way a baby. There's no way a live baby would come out of that fucking uterus. There's no way she has a uterus.
But her whole story is interesting because, like, you kind of subtly realize, like, later on in the game, like, she was a Holocaust survivor and all that.
Oh, so, I forgot about that.
All this stuff, like, kind of all made her who she is.
They kind of just glossed over that.
Well, they talk about it.
Yeah.
You see the numbers, and then that was it.
That was it.
It was it. Yeah.
And they glossed over.
And a little earlier on, they talk about her being from Europe. And her living in Europe.
Yeah, I think she said when she got to America, something. But
then I think they changed the subject.
They really just glossed over the fact that she was a fucking Holocaust survivor.
Yeah. I think subtleties are good. Subtleties are sometimes a good thing.
I think that's the way that movie was though. It's like they hit you with these subtle things and these things that just in your face, and you just gotta take it. You just gotta. It's just what it is. You know what I mean? Because that. I feel like that's probably just the one of the reasons why she is the way she is. I mean, that right there. They're like, boom, here's some character.
She's a survivor. Right, she ain't gonna give up. She ain't gonna stop now. She's gonna work harder.
Her stealing the cars is great. Like just this old woman just bouncing car to car. Like when she asked the cops, like, "Is that car parked legally?" He's like, "Yeah." And she just gets in it and fucking drives away.
Which was one of the dopest cars, like a Mustang Mach 1. Yeah. So she also has like Willy Wonka-esque food making devices and smell making devices.
What the fuck is that?
She had like the smell machine where she was like, "Here, put this on your nose. You can smell snow." And he was like, "Oh, I smell cigarettes and snow." So yeah, that was what was up with that. What's up with her Willy Wonka inventiveness? She gets out of Auschwitz, and now she's fucking Tesla.
She just wants to do whatever she wants.
Invent things, dude. She's fucking young dudes and inventing shit.
Yeah, playing music, just jamming out as she does it.
I think this movie probably. I think this probably did really like ring with people in the whole YOLO aspect, though, because I think about being like a 60-year-old single person and watching this movie and being like, oh, there is hope for me to get some num-nums and have a good life.
Some num-nums. Yeah, I just need to find a fucking skeleton who wants to kill himself at a funeral one day.
Just creeping.
Bang him 3 times and off myself.
What a weird place
that's my life. YOLO.
She goes to funerals to try to pick up young dudes. Whoa.
She all the shots of Ruth Gordon, who played Maude, driving were on a trailer because she did not know how to drive.
Yeah, she doesn't look like she can drive.
She was 90 years old in 71, so she was born in the 1800s.
She was 90 years old in 71?
Or no, she was 80 years old in 71. So she was still born in the 1800s, though.
Yeah, she was. I thought the soundtrack was pretty great, too, like you guys were saying before. Some of it came out of nowhere, and I was just like, this is pretty... And that's what the tone of the movie, I think, is what made it. Because this movie could have been made like by another director or another way, and it could have been taken way more serious and could have been way more dramatic, but I don't think it would have been half as good, because the reason why it's good is because it's kind of zany, and like you're like, well, is this really happening? Is this the prequel to Fight Club? Like it really could be. Like it was crazy.
The prequel to Fight Club?
Yeah.
How is this the Maude?
Maude? Marla Singer is the reincarnated Maude? Is that what it is?
I guess so. He drives his car off the cliff, brings his banjo to fucking New York, and goes to IKEA.
Yeah, dude.
And Harold just grows out to be Tyler Durden.
Yeah, dude. Tyler Durden.
Whoa. we just fucking broke the movie universe.
Yeah, we gotta tell Fincher that's the fucking prequel idea.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I mean, I guess really Chuck Palahniuk, or however you pronounce that dude's last name, the writer of Fight Club.
Yeah.
But we don't talk about books on this show.
No.
Moving on.
Yo, I don't know how to read.
Yeah.
This ain't me making me read shit. This is making me watch movies.
We should do that. We should do making me read this book.
Making me read shit.
Making me read shit.
Fuck off.
That'd be pretty great, actually.
What are you gonna make me read, Schwartz?
We gotta find some obscure shit, like just like German porn or something.
What?
We have to track down the books that are in The Handmaiden, and you have to read them to us.
I have to read them to us. Making me fucking read erotic porno to my friends.
Making me read erotic porn from the books from The Handmaiden to my friends.
We have so many good podcasts.
Making me learn. We'll have a different podcast. Making me learn Korean first.
We'll just have a bunch of one-off podcasts.
The Making Me podcast.
Yeah, making me learn how to tie my shoes. Just whatever we want.
This is included amongst the 1001 movies you must see before you die.
I agree with that. This is definitely a classic. I agree with that. That's just definitely in the movies where you got to see it. It's a classic. Everything Cool Hand Luke wasn't.
Why do you keep comparing it to Cool Hand Luke?
Because they're both older movies. They both have this stigma around them of these are great movies and they're classics.
I don't think that's a stigma.
Cool Hand Luke is just...
I've never heard of this movie before.
That doesn't surprise me.
You definitely heard of Cool Hand Luke before.
I've absolutely heard of Cool Hand Luke. Yeah. That's why I'm surprised that you're like.
Yeah, I feel like this is more like a little bit of the cult classic side, opposed to like Cool Hand Luke is just a classic.
Luke, no, it's in the same category for sure. No, you guys are wrong.
No, it's not.
It's definitely, okay.
It's definitely not, and it's okay. It's fine.
We're wrong about the category. It's based on opinions.
Not, and you're wrong.
It's all right.
It's it's 100% opinion, but you're wrong.
You can have the wrong opinion. That happens.
He said to himself.
You said it to yourself?
I'm trying to find in this list of 1,000 movies. What movie have we been looking for again?
Harold and Maude, the movie we're talking about. Luke? I bet Cool Hand Luke's on it too.
It probably is because it's the same type of fucking movie.
What? I saw Mr. It's 1,001 movies. There's not going to all be the same type of fucking movie.
I thought it was going to be Mr. Deeds, the fucking Adam Sandler movie. It's definitely not.
Oh, it's by
That's a great movie. Great. That's one of Adam Sandler's best films.
19.
That's not on the list. 70. The other Mr. Deeds is.
Well, they got that wrong.
Who got it?
The people who made this stupid list.
There's only one dude. His name's like.
But check, is Cool Hand Luke French on the list?
Stewart.
It's 70.
French Stewart.
67.
French Stewart made this list.
So yeah.
Harold and Maude. Harold and Maude. All right, but it doesn't say. It doesn't say what number it is. They're all just just a list of movies.
You could have realized that way before you got there.
Definitely could have. Yeah.
Wait, you thought it was going to be numbered?
They just 1,000 movies in no particular order.
I don't like that. I think you should order it. And the number one of 1,001.
I mean,
it's 1,001 movies. Name a fucking movie. It's gonna be on here.
Probably so. Is Fight Club on there? That's all right. We're paying too much attention to this list.
What year is Fight Club?
99. We're paying too much attention. We'll check anyway. 99? No, 97?
97?
98?
Fight Club?
What's Fight Club? 99? Okay.
Hold on. It's definitely on here. Sixth Sense is on here. Fight Club. Yeah. Fight Club, 1999.
So both Fight Clubs.
Yeah. Both the prequel and the new one and the Matrix are on here.
Okay. The Matrix.
And Fa Ying Niwa. It's a French Hong Kong.
Oh, wow. Happiness. Have you ever seen that movie? Happiness by Todd Solondz?
Yeah, I did.
This is a good list to kind of. What should be our next movie? Gladiator.
There's so many movies. That's basically all the movies.
Gangs of New York.
It's 1,000 movies. How many fucking movies have there been made?
Goodbye Lenin by Wolfgang Becker.
Wow.
At least 2,000.
It's a great movie. I mean, that's a great question. How many movies have been made, Schwartz?
I have no clue. I'm not the movie made guy.
Can you Google it?
How many movies made? What? I will Google that because I'm pretty curious to see what they're going to say. How many movies
have been made? It's a simple question.
Harold and Maude's definitely one of them.
Oh yeah, I think it is. I think you're right, dude.
Yeah, it definitely is one of the 1,000.
For sure, Harold and Maude is a movie that has been made.
So it has been estimated that there are approximately 500,000 movies or narrative fiction, feature-length theatrical cinema films currently in existence. And this is a 2012 stat.
500,000?
Wow. So
it says.
Plus 8 years, that's at least.
Probably double that.
Another couple thousand.
That's pretty crazy.
I mean,
so 500.
I made 1,000 movies last year.
Sure. Define what kind of movie, though? Is it like short films? Are they talking to?
If I filmed myself jerking off, does that count as one of those 500,000?
Only if you get James Cameron to EP it.
Yeah, it needs to go to theaters and at least festivals or something.
It's got to premiere somewhere.
Oh,
you're gonna need a big screen. Anyway, what are we talking about? Harold and Maude?
Harold and Maude.
Yeah, Anthony, you haven't really said much about it. What are your opinions?
I loved it. I said a lot about it. What are you talking about?
Well, we'll be more specific. Let's do it.
Harold's creepy. He reminded me of James from the end of the world, the end of the effing world. I thought that a lot. I thought he was dead at times, especially in the beginning. I was like, is he even alive at all? But I don't know why he didn't think of that at all. Two of us thought of it. It's 2 out of 3, so you're wrong.
Dude, I thought about it in the first scene. I was like, this dude's a ghost or what?
What else? Ruth Gordon was super hot in it. I thought I Kubrick-y vibes, just the way it was shot, especially again in the beginning, the wide shots, and then when they were hanging out, I feel like all of those shots were they're just I don't know. I got Kubrick vibes. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're right. I can see this. This could be a Kubrick film. You know what I mean? He can make this movie.
Oh, how would it be different if it was a Kubrick film? Kubrick.
Probably longer.
It would be much more operatic.
He would have changed the whole story.
Maybe.
She would have been crazy the whole time,
So you're talking Shining prequel now.
This is a Shining prequel. So explain that. Explain how this is a Shining prequel.
You said it.
Who's Jack? Harold? Harold's Jack? So Harold's Jack. He went crazy because Maude killed herself when he was 15-ish. How old do you think he is?
Harold?
22, 21.
20, 21.
You thought he's in his 20s?
I mean, they talked about he was going to go to college.
Maybe he's super smart.
19.
Maybe he graduated early.
I think
So what do you think? He's like 13?
He's not a teenager.
Yeah,
he's driving.
He's like 16, 15, maybe 8 years old.
Maybe 8 years old. I think 20s, early 20s. Based off of Bud Cort being 22 or 23 when this is made.
Well, she wasn't 80 when this was made. She was only 74.
So -6. So 14. I guess he was 14. I guess you're right. He was 14.
She's got to be dead by now, right? Ruth Gordon.
She's born in the 1800s. She's probably long gone.
She's born in 1889 or something.
I saw a recent picture.
1896.
She was born
weird. In 1896.
Yeah, before.
That's when Columbus Revolution blew.
I think that's BC.
Ooh.
Wow. How old?
Christmas.
She was 90 when she died.
She died in 1985.
Yeah.
She died before any of us were.
She was 88 years old.
Yeah, I was born in 87.
Yeah, she was 88 when she died.
She was born a couple months, or she died a couple months before I was born.
August 20. Oh, the Mike Tyson's fight is happening on my birthday, November 28th. We should do something.
Sweet.
She was in Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah, she was one of the ladies, right? The mean witchy ladies.
Yep.
Have you guys seen that movie?
Yep.
I don't know if I've seen it. I don't think I've seen that.
Ooh, my pick for the next one's pretty great. You guys are gonna love it.
I thought you already picked it, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Should we go ratings? Unless when you have anything else to say, let me check my list.
Yeah, I want to just talk about the dates for a second, like just because there was a line I thought was really funny. No, the dates of
like the fruit.
The dates like Harold's mom set Harold up on.
Oh yeah, those were great.
Yeah, I thought there was like a point where he referenced them while he was hanging out with Maude. He's like, I have an appointment for tomorrow. She's like a dentist appointment. And he's like, kind of. That was pretty funny to me.
Oh, I thought he was talking about his psychiatrist.
Yeah,
it could have been it.
What was talking about?
Either way,
it's funny.
It's funny.
Either
way, it's fine.
But honestly, I thought there was some hope for the last girl, Sunshine, because she was the one who he did the Harry Carey thing with, and she was like, Harold, that was great. She was the actress, and then she did the full fucking thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, this might work out.
Yeah, that was pretty great. I forgot about that.
The aftermath.
That was awesome.
No,
yeah, I think that
Sunshine.
Watching this movie 9 days ago and then doing it now, we probably could have more to say if we did it right after we watched it.
Oh well, I'm ready.
YOLO, dude.
YOLO. You only live once. Who cares?
I have nothing else to say, I guess. This movie.
Do you have any favorite? Do you have any favorite parts?
The dates are my favorite parts. I love those. I love
the dates or stealing.
Every time he killed himself, I was like, I thought it was great. The lighting and specifically him lighting himself on fire.
Yeah,
I thought was Great.
So let's talk about that specifically. So how do you think he did that? Because he couldn't have let himself out and got in the room that quick. So do you think that was like a Home Alone type of thing where he was just like pulling strings and things were happening?
I think number one, it's a movie.
I know, but come on, because I kept thinking about that. I was like, how did he pull that off?
He's got his suit underneath everything that he was wearing, and then he went out there, doused himself.
Yeah, but he douses himself, and then she screams, and literally 13 seconds later, he's like, "Hey guys!" He had no time to get out of there.
What do you mean, Home Alone with strings? Like
I don't know. You know how he
like in the bathtub,
in the shower.
I mean, he was clearly like crafty with his shit. Like he had tons of little weird things he used. Like when he cut off his hand, he had different. Like,
that one was great. That one was great.
He has all these little and he knows how to fake hang himself. He's very theatrical.
He had a lot of blood.
He's got a lot of props.
Yeah, the one that caught me off guard is when he shot himself. It was pretty.
That was great. Honestly, that was probably my favorite scene because his mom was giving him a questionnaire and she's just answering every question. She's like, "Oh, I think this, don't you? Okay, great."
Yeah.
And he's just loading the gun, just slowly loading the gun.
That was pretty fucking great.
And they just fucking these questions.
Do you think he was like that because it was kind of a commentary because he was just this rich kid who kind of had everything his whole life and he just found existence kind of boring or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty obvious.
Oh, all right.
He just had no.
You don't have to be rich to think like Harold, you bald fuck.
What?
And I think it was something with his mother too. His mother wouldn't let him live, so she was just kind of controlling his life, and he was just sort of drifting through it and had this whole dark perspective on shit. So he just wasn't living, and I think that's what meeting Maude led him to do.
YOLO.
He really YOLO'd.
He YOLO'd.
Would you bang Maude?
I did not expect this podcast to have YOLO so much. Sorry.
Would you bang? Would you bang Maude?
No.
If I was in his position, maybe. You never know.
No.
Wild dude.
You give me one of those smell machines, I'm in.
Yeah, what's in that shit? She gave him a lot of stuff, man.
I'm not going down on her.
She gave him alcohol, all sorts of different things. She was just it's organic,
The look on your face.
Whatever. She was just saying it's
organic.
I
was thinking what you said out loud. I was like, ugh. Cobwebs.
Cobwebs. There's gotta be an hope for cobwebs. You can just blow those out of the way.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'd fuck her.
Like if I was in Harold's shoes.
Let's see what she looked like back in the day.
Harold did it.
What was her name? Halle Berry?
Ruth.
Ruth Gordon?
Something. Yes.
Ruth Gordon nude. I mean, we saw her naked in the movie.
True.
We did?
She was a model in that one scene for what was he, an ice carving or something?
That was actually pretty dope.
Yeah, this old lady just didn't give a fuck. She was
okay. What's up, Ruth Gordon Jones from Quincy, Massachusetts? Born in 1896.
She was the first Playboy pinup.
Was she? She's a solid okay.
I can't see it.
I can't see it.
No, I would 18. What was that? 1915?
This is 1895.
I mean, she's pretty good for 1895 standards.
I just picture fucking Doc Brown walking around in the Old West talking to this lady. You want to see my ice machine? Look at her here. Here you go. Here's her on the Titanic.
Spoiler alert, she survived the Titanic and the Holocaust.
Wow. Strong lady.
Nah, she was born in
strong woman.
Yeah. Every Which Way But Loose, Rosemary's Baby, Harold and Maude, Where's Papa? All those
Ruth Gordon.
Classic Ruth Gordon vehicles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this was a good one. I'm glad we watched this. Goes up there with. This is high on my list. This is probably top 5.
Well, let's go to it.
Do you sing and dance?
What?
Do you sing and dance?
Do I sing and dance? Do I look like I sing and dance?
You don't look like it.
Well, then there's your answer.
All right, then.
Jesus Christ.
That's the line. That was the line of the movie. Man, I don't know why you're mad about it.
Yeah, she goes,
I'm not mad.
What did she say? I didn't think so?
I thought not.
I thought not. Yeah, Schwartz thinks not a lot.
I thought not. But
there's a lot of not thinking.
Enjoy life more. This movie taught me to enjoy life more. I don't know what it's taught me.
This movie didn't teach me shit. It was good, you know.
I've enjoyed my life more since I watched it 3 weeks ago.
You've lived a better life since you watched.
It's a life changer. I saw this a long time ago.
I don't know. You seem pretty much the same.
Do you know who I
Not
hope
that it's a bad thing.
I hope Davidson falls in love with like an 80-year-old woman one day. That would make me happy. I feel like Davidson would be a good lover to an 80-year-old woman.
Yeah, he'd get up.
Weird thing to say, man.
He'd make her mashed potatoes every morning. He'd
with her grandchildren.
He'd smash some yams for her. He'd clean the plastic couches.
And he just looks like the kind of guy who would do it.
He'd sign the birthday cards every month.
Yeah.
She's already got a bunch of grandkids. Davidson, 35 years old, got 14 grandkids.
That'd be great. All right, where do you guys rank this one?
Oh, God. I think I already ranked it.
Did you?
Yeah, number 8.
Number 8.
Top 10.
All right, top 10. Breaking through. Schwartz? Schwartz looking hard. You said you might be breaking the top 5?
Yeah, I got to see. I got to look at them all. All right, I'm going to put it at number 5 after Blue Velvet, before Blood Simple.
Word. Before Blue Velvet, after Blood Simple?
After Blue Velvet, before Blood Simple.
Gotcha. I heard that. All right.
Heard that. Jakey Poo, where do you put it on the list of Moo?
Number 1.
What?
Yep.
All right. I like it.
I was going into this thinking
over the Creep movies?
Maybe 1, maybe 2. For a while, I even had it at like around 4. But the longer I sat with it, this is the
Jake's
best.
Jake's got a thing for death and old bitches.
I do.
You'd fuck Maud.
You did fuck Maud. You fucked a couple Mauds in the last 13 days.
What's the oldest?
No comment.
Okay.
No. This is a place of telling everything. Who's the oldest?
Yes, this is a safe space. No one's gonna hear this except for
none
us.
of our listeners.
We have 39 listeners, 14 of which are us.
How can 3 of us be 14 listeners?
Oh, because I got an iPad, a phone, and a computer, bro. I download, and on each of those, I have Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Stitcher.
So basically,
I'm fucking 9 by myself.
Yeah, I don't do that. I do it on my laptop. That's it. I guess I should do it on my phone.
Try to boost those ratings. Check out. Watch movie. Making me watch movies. Making me watch movies podcast.
Wait.
Listen to us everywhere you get podcasts.
I posted a thing today, and your sister goes, "It's on Spotify." I was like, "Yeah, it's on Spotify." Can you listen to podcasts on Spotify?
Only the big leaguers are on Spotify, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, once we heard Joe Rogan was going to Spotify, we kind of did an exclusive deal with him as well. We didn't quite get the $100 million he did, but we got half that. Yeah. In yen.
Space bucks.
In space bucks. we got 32 high fives. So Jake, how's the oldest broad you've ever fiddled?
You know what? I'm gonna actually change this to number 2.
What?
I'm going number 2.
You can't change it.
I think I don't know.
You can change rankings every 24
this and the host is hard.
It's way better than the host.
Are you gonna write in the name of the movie on my list or what?
Nah.
Well, how do I do it?
I just marked it. You know how to work an Excel sheet?
Honestly, I'm not that good at it.
Well, here, I'll do it right now.
Thanks, dude.
Oh, you're welcome. Anything else?
You guys know what that's from?
Yeah, South Park.
South Park is so ridiculous. Strong woman. It's so fucking ridiculous.
So, Jake, are you keeping it or losing it?
I'm gonna go.
Keep it at number 1 and think about it for a few days.
All right.
I mean, we've been thinking about this one for 6 months.
I know. I've gone back and forth on it. It kind of became my number 1 in the last, during this conversation.
This is like your Neptune, Uranus type of situation.
I don't know
this is your Jupiter's ascending situation.
Yeah.
Sure. This is like your
man.
This is like your Sophie's Choice situation.
This is sort of like a deer elk situation.
It's like a dolphin Dauphine situation.
Yeah. Are dolphins whales or whales dolphins? I don't know.
Neither. No.
I mean, whales are mammals. Dolphins are mammals.
You got to kill them both. Well, whales are also mammals.
Oh, so I was half right.
You were right both times. You were right. You were 100% right, actually.
A couple times.
You were like, instead of 50, bump it up, dude. I like how you try to keep dumping that water in your mouth. Does that work that way?
No, I do it every time.
It's a straw.
I'm not used to sucking.
Yeah, you could have fooled me. Anyway, is it number 1 or number 2?
I'm going to let it sit at 2 for now.
You are a fucking loser, Jake.
You are a coward.
Why do you want me to put it at 1?
Because you make such a triumphant statement. You got to stick with it for a little while.
No, I switched it real quick.
You did, dude.
Put it at 1.
Your dick at hard.
Yeah, fuck him. Put it at 1.
He knows how to work an Excel sheet.
I do. I did it.
He done it before.
I can switch it around.
Hey, whoop-de-doo, Basil.
Yeah, we'll leave this podcast a mystery. It might be 1. It might be 2.
Well, right now it's audience. Right now it's 2. Just FYI.
Just FYI. All right, Harold and Maude, 1971 epic starring Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Vivian Pickles
and
Bud Cort,
Anton Yelchin,
and Anton Yelchin, all of which are dead.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bud Cort's still alive.
Bud Cort. I mean, what kind of world do we live in where Bud Cort outlives Anton Yelchin?
That's true.
Think about it.
That's sad. Sad but true.
Anton Yelchin
Anton Yelchin was great.
Strong woman.
I don't even know what else Bud Cort did.
Nothing. He did nothing else after this. And
wasn't he in Charlie the Chocolate Factory?
I think he just became like
that was not
musician or something.
I was just talking about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Magician. I'm not sure. He became something like that.
He was in a movie called The Musician and the Magician?
I think he became a musician or a magician.
What if he was both?
Bud Cort, American actor / comedian. I could see him as a comedian because he looks funny as fuck. He looks like E.T.
What?
He looks exactly like E.T.
Cross between E.T. and Elliot.
He looks here. Older. He looks like E.T. and Elliot fucked and had a baby.
Maybe they did. There was never an E.T.
Yo, his facial hair is hilarious.
He looks like E.T. He looks like E.T. and Elliot had a love child, and then Steve-O did his haircut. New Rochelle, New York, second of 5 children, grew up in Rye, New York. What does he do now? Nothing. Killed himself in 1956. Came back to be a ghost in 71's epic.
Got the starring role in Harold and Maude.
As a ghost.
As the ghost.
As the ghost Harold.
Well, this was a good one. I'm glad we watched this. This has been definitely one of the top 5 of I'm glad we watched.
Bud was a dear friend of Groucho Marx.
Ooh.
In 1979, Bud survived a near-fatal car crash on the Hollywood freeway, continued working in a film and theater, and co-founded the LA Cluster.
See, there you go. He didn't survive. He's a ghost.
That's the thing, in 1979, he actually died.
Oh, really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I was just kind of playing on the joke you were laying down there. I was picking up what you were laying down. I was smelling what you were stepping in. You know what I'm saying?
Yao Ming.
Laying in the hole you were digging. He was Private Boone in the movie MASH. He was Romero in Coyote Ugly.
He was in Coyote Ugly.
And he was Bill Ubel in The Life Aquatic. So he actually lived on to do some pretty cool things. Oh, Eagleheart.
All right. Well, good time. Good movie.
Yep. True, because this is my number one pick. Do a number one.
What? We're switching?
Switching to number one again.
Nice.
Sticking with number one,
I can't just be switching back and forth.
Use them, oil them balls up, Jake.
Deep thoughts with Jake Golden here. I'm gonna
DT with JG, dude.
You fuck it up.
Keep mulling it over, man.
You mull my dick, dude. Cut, paste.
This movie's a life changer. It changed my life, dude. It's good.
There's no way this movie's a life-changing experience.
It's a life changer.
It's not like
it'll keep you alive.
But number one, that's pretty epic.
Fresh.
That's a pretty epic move on your part.
It moved above my Creeps, my Back to the Future, all the fucking Korean movies. As long
as the Creeps stay below Back to the Future, I'm fine.
I'm good there. That's just, it was hard bumping Creeps out in the top 5, man. But
why?
Because I love them. It's been the top 5 have been a hard top 5 to break.
I'm gonna look at my list right now.
Had them all, knocked them out. Got my Korean classics. Saw another Korean movie today. That was good.
Why did I put 13 Assassins so high?
You seem to like it a lot.
You love that movie.
You were talking about changing that again. You maybe like bring a Handmaiden back up.
Was I, or is that just what you want me to do?
I thought you told me you were maybe going to do that, and you were maybe thinking about doing
a little sidebar.
No. You're confusing Handmaiden with Pushing 10. You said he was putting Pushing 10 there.
Nah, dude,
oh my god, we should watch Pushing 10 just so we could reevaluate it.
Dude, it's the worst
we should watch all of our, when we hit 30. It's our next one.
We're about to hit 30.
At 30, maybe we should revisit all of our. We should have one episode about our 3 least favorite movies. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about that off air.
All right, cool.
I don't want to watch Down by Law ever again. So
we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We don't have to watch it again.
We might talk about it. Probably not.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about talking about it.
Sidebar.
We'll talk about talking about
sidebar.
Let's sidebar the whole sidebar. And just
hey, how about you wipe the sweat off your fucking 37-inch head, and we'll end this conversation.
I don't have any sweat on my head.
Whoa. All right, do the wrap up thing.
Cue the wrap up. By the way, there will be no sidebar.
Harold and Maude, 1971. Half Ashby is what I put here. Watch it or don't. I said definitely watch it.
Yeah, check it out.
Thank you for listening to another glorious episode of Making Me Watch Movies. Definitely watch Harold and Maude. It's on Amazon Prime. Check it out. You have Prime. Just watch it. Next week, Schwartz's pick, Nocturnal Animals, directed by Tom Ford, a Jake Gyllenhaal vehicle. That's available on HBO Max. Watch that there. Listen to us wherever you get podcasts. Shout out to the big cat. Meow.